Hi, we're gonna try again and see if I can bring Melissa on. Okay, so we're gonna talk about sleep. That was her big one. And so when she told her story the other day on her page, I thought I really needed to talk to her about sleep because that's a big one for people, and I think we discount it sometimes. What a big deal sleep is for just overall health, you know? And so I'm hoping she comes on. Let's see if I can add her like this. I don't see her yet. So I also love about Melissa's story that she is a huge skeptic. And so I love hearing her share her story because she was a total skeptic and was not ready to jump on the Plexus bandwagon at first until she discovered how important these were and decided she was desperate enough to try it. Hey, Lucy. I'll wave at you because I'm waiting on Melissa to come on. Okay, so you're here, but I can't add you. Okay, I've added you. Oh, here, I'm clicking adding you. So accept the. Hi, Jen. I'm so glad to talk to you. I can't wait to talk to you. We need to talk soon. We were talking cleanses the last time you and I were texting. Because cleanses are awesome. Oh, yay, it worked.
Oh!
Hi.
That was difficult. Can you hear me?
I can, but I can hear like myself with feedback on your end because you're not. It's something to do with the AirPods. So
I know.
Just turn your volume down real low if you can, maybe. I don't know.
I do not own a single pair of headphones.
I'm going to mute them here.
I don't own a single pair. So
okay,
sorry.
I'll try not to talk too much. Or just turn your volume down kind of low so that there's not a whole lot of feedback. And then you can read my lips, right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. But when I talk, there's like feedback. But that's not too bad now that you've turned it down a little bit.
I have no idea if this will work, but if it does, I could turn these on.
You are so cool. Can you get them connected? Hey, Jen, I'm good. How are you? I want to hear about you. We need to talk. Maybe we'll just do a phone call, Jen. You and me this weekend and catch up. I think Melissa's trying to connect her headphones so she can tell her story without a whole lot of feedback from me. Hey, Kendall, how are you? We're talking about sleep and energy and stomach aches. So that was Melissa's story, and she was a super skeptic. Hey, Katie. And when she started just getting really desperate, she decided to. It really did. So, oh no, I lost her. I'm gonna add her again. And so, yes, text me, and then we can make a phone call too. Sometimes I think phone calls will work, or back and forth and see if that works.
Now better?
I can hear you, and there's no feedback.
Great. Okay.
Do you mind wearing headphones?
Nope, I don't. I forgot that I had these, so we'll give this a try. Sorry for all this.
Yay! So cool.
You know, technical stuff. We're not tech moms. We're just Plexus moms, people.
We just figure it out, though. You know what I mean? Like, we just make it work.
We're
just gonna make it happen. Okay, so let's jump right into your story because everybody, this is taking like 30 minutes for us to get.
Sure.
No, it is not your fault. It is not your fault. This is technical difficulties. So I want to hear about sleep.
Okay.
Hey, Tony.
So I've been on the Plexus products for 3 years, just over 3 years. And I had heard about this about 10 years ago, and I thought it was all about weight loss. And I wasn't interested in some fad diet, pills that make you lose a bunch of weight. That's what I thought Plexus was. That is not what Plexus is. A friend of mine who is a medical doctor started sharing about Plexus, and I ignored everything that she was posting because I was embarrassed by her for her. But I had some real serious sleep issues that had been debilitating for many, many years. But I chalked it up to having 5 kids in 8 years. And I've always been somebody that requires a lot of sleep. My mom said as a child, I was just always really tired. And so I never even thought or considered that Plexus could be a solution for people that struggle with sleep until my friend posted about the connection between your gut health and your ability to sleep. Because melatonin, which is our sleep hormone, is predominantly 70% of it is produced in the gut. And because of that, it contributes majorly to the ability to be able to sleep. And when she shared that, I was instantly intrigued, because I really was in a bad way and felt like I either needed to get professional help and perhaps a prescription to help me to sleep, which I was really against doing, or I was just going to either continue to suffer through this. So I reached out to her. I told her my situation. I told her how I was concerned about Plexus, thinking that it was just another one of those network marketing companies that has really expensive products, that really doesn't have great products, and blah, 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 all the things that so many people think. And she assured me that she would help me with the products, that if I didn't love the products, she would help me to cancel, and all the things to reassure me that I could give this an honest try and effort without feeling like I was being, deceived. So I put stock into it. I joined and enrolled as a wholesale ambassador to get the deepest discount, and gave the 3 main products that we love to talk about, which are called the triplex, a real effort, a real go. And when I say a real go, she had told me that it takes time to heal the gut, and she committed to me that I would take these products for 60 days at a minimum. And I agreed to that, and I started on the products. The things that I noticed right away, though, almost that first week, the first thing that I noticed is that so just really quick, this was nothing that I shared with my sponsor. I have always had stomach aches my whole life. But a reason why I have those stomach aches is because I have been constipated my whole life. As a child, I always struggled going to the bathroom.
Me too.
And so
Yeah, me too.
when you can't eliminate every single day, you get stomach aches, because that's a lot of toxins in your body that are not good for you. So the thing that I noticed right away is that I was using the bathroom every single day. And when you go to the bathroom every day, you feel fantastic. You feel so much better.
Right?
So I noticed
it's life-changing.
Life-changing. So I noticed that I was going to the bathroom every day. The second thing I noticed is that when I was getting rid of all of that yuck in my gut, I had energy. So if you're backed up, you're probably really sluggish and you have low energy. That was me. And so I started noticing that I was not just feeling better, but I had more natural energy. And I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm not a caffeinated drinker. So I didn't have caffeine to keep me awake. I would just struggle. I had to take a nap every single day. About 6 weeks of taking the products, very consistently every single day, I started noticing that my sleep was improving, and that I was able to fall asleep really fast, which was a huge deal for me, because I would be exhausted, I'd go to bed, and I would lay there and I couldn't go to sleep. But I started noticing that I was falling asleep within, minutes of hitting the pillow. So I became a true believer. And then after all of that, then I decided to start learning about what these products are really all about. I was one of those that just went off of belief and trusted my sponsor and didn't look into the ingredients and all of that. I started that after I started realizing how amazing these products were working for me. So that's my story.
Well, tell me the story about falling asleep in the car. I mean, you were not like a little bit tired. You were like so tired,
and I know
that if you didn't take
that's like an extreme for a lot of people, but I could not be trusted to even drive. We lived, at the time that I got started, we lived in a little town that was 30 minutes away from the closest grocery store, which was Walmart. And I would fall asleep on my drive there. I'd go grocery shopping and I'd fall asleep on my drive home. I had to call somebody to keep me up, or there were many times that I had to pull off the freeway and close my eyes for 10 minutes. It was scary. It was a scary place to be. And that's obviously, that was the worst it ever got. And that was right up to the point of me right before I tried Plexus. But for several months, I couldn't be trusted at the wheel. And I had all my kids in the car with me. I mean, it was dangerous. It was scary.
Yeah. Well, I think those are the moments that, like, I think sometimes Plexus, or you get everything under control, you'll never be tired again. Well, that's not true.
Right.
It's the extremes. Like, that extreme is not okay. And when you have that extreme, I think we all know in our gut instinct that there's something off,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's not normal. Like, as we age, we aren't supposed to feel like that, you
Right.
know? And having babies does take its toll on us, but we have to rebalance our gut, rebalance our nutrients, refill our cup, basically.
Exactly.
Because having babies does, like, drain everything out of
Right.
us. And then we have to get everything filled back up and refill our cup, because we're left with nothing.
That's right.
But that's how God designed it, right? To make sure our babies get everything we need. But at the end of all that, we aren't just old, we're just depleted, and we have to replenish our bodies.
Exactly.
So the other part about the sleep thing, though, is blood sugar balance. And I had no idea until recently that blood sugar balance is a huge reason why people can't fall asleep at night, or when they fall asleep and they wake up, they can't go back to sleep. So you really, you help to heal your body from the blood sugar balance aspect and also from the gut
Yes.
healing aspect. I really got like a double, boost of sleep and energy, which is
yes,
awesome.
when I could finally fall asleep, I was a really light sleeper. And so any little sound that would wake me, which always did wake me, I could not fall back asleep. It was a maddening cycle. Maddening. I really literally felt like I was losing my mind because I was so exhausted and I couldn't sleep. And
I've only been that way one time, and that was during pregnancy, but I can tell you that it was, like you said, maddening, to the point where I was like a lunatic. Mm-hmm. That if, like, I would make sure my husband was like, don't let the kids wake me up, because if I woke up, I couldn't go back to sleep for so long that I'd be awake from 2 o'clock, because I'd try until like 4:30. Finally, I'd be like, forget it. And I mean, you're not a good person if you've slept from 10 to 2, usually. Right? So it ruined my entire next day. And then, like you said, you need a nap. And if you don't have a nap or don't have time for a nap, or the kids don't sleep, then you're either screaming at them or, needing that nap, or you're falling asleep at the wheel.
For years, I was getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. And those 3 to 4 hours were interrupted hours of sleep. Those were not like those were not 3 hours of straight sleep. That was interrupted hours of sleep. And I homeschool my kids. They're in a private school right now, but during all this time, I was homeschooling them, and we would start our school morning, and I was full of guilt because I was so exhausted. And what started out as a really wonderful schooling that when we first got started multiple years ago was turning into this dread for me, for them, and I was mad at them because they weren't getting concepts, and I was just so frustrated. And one of my favorite things to do is read to my kids, and that was always something that we did every single afternoon. I would pull out all the dolls and anything that they wanted to play with while I would read aloud to them, and I would fall asleep while I would read to them, and they'd be like, Mom.
Yes.
It was just, I needed help, and
it adds mom guilt.
It does. And I know that's extreme, that not everybody's going to be able to relate to that, but I do see walking zombies for mothers all the time. Moms are so tired.
That's true.
And I'm still tired because I'm still go. But it is nothing like what I see in other moms, and it's a normal level of being tired when you have a large family and you're running around doing a lot of things. That's to be expected, to be ready to go to bed at night. But I'm looking at moms who are so addicted to their Diet Coke, so addicted to their coffee, so addicted to their nap, cannot function unless they have those things at all. And function is loosely said, because they're not functioning. They're like barely surviving.
Right. I hear you. Yeah, you're right. You're speaking to the moms. We all need all the support we can get. How soon were your stomach aches gone?
Within the first couple of weeks. I mean, I wish I had kept better track of what was happening because I didn't expect any of that to happen. So I just noticed that my stomach wasn't hurting probably within, I don't know, the first 10 days. I have
Yeah.
lived with stomach aches all of my life that um it was surprising to not have
Yeah.
these stomach aches. And
Yeah.
so,
So tell me about how you started sharing, because part of your objection to starting Plexus, first of all, was that you didn't think it was going to work because it was, you know, an MLM and stuff doesn't work. And I'm the same way where I'm like, okay, and I have taken a lot of supplements and you don't notice the change right away. You don't notice anything right away with most of them like you do with Plexus. So I'll tell you, that is a huge, I don't know, something I try to tell people a lot. Like, this is not one of those things that you're going to take and those things that you hear are going to happen in 3 months. Like, you will notice early
right,
on that will tell you that something's happening. Like you said, like the constipation went away
right.
and you had some stuff going
My
on.
main goals didn't
But one of
happen.
your objections
My
was,
main goal of sleep didn't happen
right.
right away. The other things started happening, and I'm like, oh, well, that's really
Yeah.
a blessing because those are things that I had struggled with for a long time. And that feels really good to not have to have stomach aches all the time. And it feels really good to be able to eliminate
Yeah.
every single day. And anyway,
Yeah.
I was.
So tell me about the financial part though, because you were worried. That was one of your objections.
So my husband had just purchased his own company, you know, a small business from another company right before I got started on the products. And we had just fallen out of another hard business. And so we were not rolling in the dough. And we did not have money to do this, but I was really desperate. So I signed up anyway, and I put it on a credit card. I didn't tell my husband. I don't recommend doing that. He was fine, but I know most husbands would not be. So I don't like to say that because most husbands would be really irate, but he wasn't, and I knew he wouldn't.
Yeah.
So, I had,
Are you still there?
For some reason I'm
Okay.
getting your other story. Anyway, so can you hear that other echo of what I've been saying?
No.
Okay, I'll try to ignore it. Sorry. So I decided to not go ahead. Oh my word, that is so weird. Can you still hear me?
What is happening? Yeah.
You can hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can hear some other echo. It's really weird. Really quick. I didn't want to do an MLM. I did not. My husband is the entrepreneur. I am not business savvy. I don't like that kind of stuff. I didn't want to do anything like that, but I really liked the products and I could not afford them. So my sponsor said, Melissa, there's a way for you to get your products paid for. If you will just share with a few people, then you can get your products paid for. And I'm like, fine. I didn't want to, but I did it anyway because I really wanted to continue on. So I shared with a couple of people. I made a post, and out of the woodwork, all these people are like, I struggle with this, I struggle with that. And I had no idea what I was doing. I did not know how to help them. I did not know if these products would work for them or not. But I just started to enroll people, and I started to try to help people as best as I knew how. And my sponsor helped me a lot with answering their questions and getting them on the right products. And so many of those people are still with me today. A lot of them aren't, because I really was terrible at helping people when I first got started. And I tried to reach out to them again and say, I have learned so much more. I can do this better. I can help you better. Some have restarted and many of them have not. But I just got started very casually at the beginning. And when I started to see the opportunity of making an income with products that I truly love and believe in that people need, I just felt like, okay, maybe I really will go all in for this. And 3 years later, I just hit a rank in the company that is life-changing for our family. It has it's the entry level for a 6-figure income a year. It's comes with a free car, a free Lexus, which we opted out of the car and did the lifestyle bonus. and an annual trip to Hawaii every year, all expenses paid with my husband. And those things are fun and exciting, don't get me wrong, but especially at this time where COVID is wreaking havoc, forget about the health. There's solutions to that. But what it's doing to our economy is ridiculous. And people need a solution to their finances. And this is a phenomenal solution. So I'm so glad I put my and decided to just give this a real shot.
Yeah, I made $1,000 my first month with Plexus, and that's how I was like, okay, God's calling me to this, because I mean, I have done other things with my blog and other things in the past, and when I made actual money, my first in a month, I was like, well, this is where I need to be. And it's so rewarding. Like, it's just helping people. Like, it is awesome to wake up in the morning to messages of, you know, I'm better. I'm pooping again, and my inflammation is gone all of a sudden, and I can function, and I'm a better mom. Momzilla's gone. All those things. So it's life changing to be able to help people and to actually make an income at doing it. And your sponsor is a doctor, and so I love to talk about that. That's awesome that you still didn't listen to her for like a year until she finally it was finally desperate enough.
Right? And I did love that she is a doctor. It did give me more of some confidence, because she's the sciencey girl, and and because of that I was like, okay, she's looked into all the ingredients, I'm gonna trust her, and I did. So
tell me, okay, last thing, what would you tell somebody who's watching right now who's like, I still don't know if it's gonna work, I just don't know?
I would say you'll never know unless you try. So try. Tori is phenomenal. She understands the products. She knows how to help people. She's committed to helping you with whatever goals. So try it, and let her coach you through it. Let her adjust products for you. Let her walk you through how the process works. Trust the system, trust the process, and just try it.
You're so sweet. You weren't supposed to like talk about me.
Yes, I was. I am.
Thank you. Melissa's awesome too. If anyone's watching on Melissa's page right now, let her help you. She's an emerald, which is so awesome. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. This was fun.
I'm following in your footsteps.
Yes, you are.
I'm going to learn from
you.
Yes,
you are.
Yes,
You're
I
right
am.
there.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay, thanks for taking the time to tell your story. It's such a good story.
Thanks. We'll talk to you later. Bye.